Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to very much thank for this presentation. I just learned that we will be launching together this web browser. I'm very pleased that we still have a few persons with us. I have 15 minutes, so I'll try to go quickly and the organizers shortened the topic of my presentation, calling it Digital School Project, which returned to Polish schools, not the program itself, but the pilot. And this pilot lasts in this school year. Well, Minister Boni says that it should shake the Polish school and it should be a civilization leap forward. And what I submitted here is the digital school project in terms of safety and security of children and youth in the internet. Let me just briefly say a few words about digital school, which is present in the 4 areas. We have e-school, e-pupil, which pertains mainly to the hardware side, IT hardware. E-teacher, it pertains mainly to training of teachers, but I don't know whether you know that there will be a special company or foundation of Alicja who will be dealing with that, and they have a lot of experience with these matters. They have 10 years of experience. The 4th area, e-resources, including e-books, the program itself, the government program of developing the competences when it comes to using ICT technologies. It is the full name of this program. In the ordinance itself, we don't see the stipulation on the safety and security. Only in an appendix about the functionalities of computers which are to be provided to the schools. It says that this computer should be equipped with software protecting the pupils from an access to undesired content. When I was poring over these stipulations, I was trying to identify those connected with the security, and I asked the question why we don't have so little of it. And here I have this main message to you. I think that everything which pertains to safety and security issues is already in many other documents, especially the basic document, which is the curriculum base. And when I've been listening to all the interventions from the morning, it occurs to me that this is our main task of us teachers, all the companies, foundations which are dealing with security issues, to spread this message among the teachers that they should know the curriculum base, because what I want to tell you about the safety and security, probably it is IT teachers who know these stipulations, no one else. And that pertains to all the pupils and students. I enumerated here and extracted some important statements. After the 1st grade of the primary school, small children at the age of 7, what such a student or pupil, he should follow the restrictions on computer use. Well, the curriculum base are the guidelines which are targeting an average pupil. A teacher can add on it, but what is put in the basic curriculum must be met, must be fulfilled in teaching. So this is the first grader. The third grader, here we have many more statements. Let me read it. Knows the threats resulting from the computer use, internet use, and multimedia. He is aware that the work at the computer is harming eye seeing, and also spinal cord. Is aware of the threats stemming from the anonymity of contacts. He is observing the restrictions on the use of computers, internet, and multimedia. This is the end of the third grade, the pupil at the age of 10, 11. And this child should be taught all this, best taught by your own example. Then children at the age of 12, 13 observes the ethical and legal regulations on the computer and internet use. Junior high school student, I will not read it aloud. And the end of general education, so after the first secondary school grade, he observes etiquette, legal norms and standards and rules. These are the stipulations which are sufficient for all the right activities at the Polish school. There is nothing more needed. So we are entering this digital world. We are entering the curriculum, which after this pilot will probably cover all the Polish schools, and we have to prepare to that somehow. There is this hope that should CEO Foundation educate teachers, it will be a very important point of training. It is done, so to speak, in passing by setting your own example. Well, speaking about the digital school and looking at the activities which are taking place, I was trying to extract certain elements, how to work with pupils in the digital schools. Not necessarily one thinks the first media-based method is the so-called reverse school, reverse or flipped classroom or flipped school, a very popular definition. And teachers should be prepared to take on this methodology. This is something which is known at schools, because a teacher very often gives some material to students, and then they are covered in the school. And this is this flipping thing. We are learning at home, but at school we are practicing what we've learned. It all started quite intensively in connection with this method when the Khan Academy became very popular. And this screen is from Friday, and we have here 188 million various classes. So one could ask a question: why these movies on this portal? Well, here we have a lot of items, interesting classes, but it all started with the most primitive method, namely scribbling by the teacher on the board. And it was just scribbling, and he was explaining it. It was very popular in the internet. And how did it originate? Why is it so good and popular for pupils? If a teacher explains something in the school, pupils can overlook many things. They may be attending to other things. At the Khan Academy, they can repeat it as many times as they want. So one watches the movie as long as he understands the content, and we have very good translation. Almost 400 classes have been translated into Polish, and the people who are customizing these or localizing these classes are able to add the translation to any movie chosen by a teacher. Another method which has been featured very much to be used in digital school is the work with resources and open educational resources. These are various things, because not all the resources are open in the internet. That includes e-textbooks. We should have 18 e-textbooks ready, covering all the subject matters, and they should be free, so publicly accessible via the internet without the access control, with the right to use it based on free licenses, and then developed as an open source. And I can see that there is this idea that the teachers use the resources that are present in the internet, and that they are developing them, because internet resources can be developed by pretty much anybody: parents, experts, publisher houses, pupils, students. But teachers are most adept at it, and teachers are also supposed to develop networks and help one another. We don't have enough time to cover everything. Let me show you one example that is my way to collate worthwhile links to educational resources on my blog. There's an example when a young teacher created an open e-textbook over 2 years with his students on food processing, bakery technology textbook. So he created such a free e-textbook. And since I represent a public institute for improving the skills of teachers, let me say that for 20 years we've been working with teachers, and they are prepared to these issues by us. It is teachers who should know the copyrights and who should be familiar what free licenses are all about. Right now, due to the fact that we've organized a contest on the biography and creative output of Janusz Korczak, we are preparing a free, accessible, short training for youths. So every teacher which enters our website will be able to use this resource. We are publishing books. We are writing a lot of articles about copyrights. And we also have this short 10-hour online course. And I'm saying all that because you can all take advantage. You don't have to visit in real life. This is based on our platform. Alicia said that 1,000 teachers have been trained. I also wanted to show that we have trained a large group of teachers. For many years, we've been promoting the project-based methodologies, which was further enhanced by ministerial provisions, saying that every junior high school student should work following the project method, and we very much prefer WebQuest, so a project which is totally available on the internet. For at least 7 or 8 years, we've been teaching how to create WebQuest. We collect them from teachers, and we have a large pool. They are on free licenses. There is a big number of them, and I also wanted to tell you that we have a number of WebQuests which are connected with the work in kindergarten. At the beginning, it seemed impossible. How come that you can use this methodology to work with small children? But it turns out that it is possible. There are not many WebQuests, but they are joint projects with parents, and I think this is a good idea to follow it. We have another course lasting for 40 hours, and you can sign up for that. And by way of conclusions, an issue of safety. You can use all these methods to enhance the safety. Of course, the methods that we use, the fact that it is children who do it, just like my predecessor says, is fantastic, but it is a teacher who is using and implementing a given method. He is supervising it, and the teacher has plentiful of materials in the network, and I'm sure that you are familiar with these names that are featured on the slide. At every level, from smallest children to the secondary school, you can find a lot of scenarios and materials in the network. So far, unfortunately, they are all copyrighted, but they are really valuable, and for some time I've been encouraging all the authors to render them free. So far they are copyrighted, but they are very valuable and are ready to be used. So teachers can use or think how to do it. You can do it during the tutorial hour or any other class, using these credible resources. Or develop a WebQuest so that the students are developing their own knowledge in the course of the project, or to work with the flipped class method, and it can be used in any class. It is for everybody. So let me invite you to cooperate with our center, and let me thank you for your attention.